It's absolutely my favorite time of year. There's nothing better than seeing the leaves change and the wind picking up. In those cold nights when you're snuggled with your family on the couch and you've got a fire in the fireplace, unless, of course, you have no fireplace and no couch and no house to snuggle up in. This past week, we had a family come into City Hall. They were a local family. Dad had lost his job, and his unemployment benefits had not yet kicked in. The little boy was an elementary school student at one of our schools. They had been locked out of their apartment and had no place to go. They had gone to all of the places locally seeking social services that they might get some help, and came here as a last resort, because what they were told, what they discovered, is that the only place that they could receive help as a family who was homeless and living out of their car was through going either to the Antelope Valley or going to South Central LA. It was important to them to keep their family locally and to keep their son in school. And out of just this sheer sense of frustration and desperately wanting to help, people at City Hall scrambled and made personal donations to try to get this family through the next couple of weeks before the benefits could kick in. And I made a phone call to Larry Comp, who is a local volunteer who's heading up a new group called Family Promise SCV. And he deals with homeless family issues. And he sympathized very much with what had happened and told me that he gets at least one call like this a week. And that was heartbreaking. I want to just share some numbers with you. A congressional report back in January of 2008 showed that nationwide there were almost 700,000 homeless people in our country on a single night in January of that year. Almost a quarter of those people are in the state of California. Locally, looking at the numbers from 2008-2009, we had 222 unduplicated clients who we assisted at our emergency winter shelter. And I want to point out that at this point, because of funding, we only have an emergency winter shelter that's usually open from the beginning of December through March, unless we've got some special weather circumstances and we're able to accommodate them. And I'm saying this because homelessness is not someone else's problem. It's not only the government's problem to solve. It's the community's problem. It's our problem to solve. And I think that we need to not look at who is going to take care of this, but to look at ourselves to figure out what can we do. Locally, we're so fortunate to have an incredible group of people who are taking care of our emergency winter shelter. They're doing a new program this year called Beds for All. Through their own individually collected money, not government funding, they're increasing beds in our shelter by 14 beds. And they are desperate for donations of all kinds. You can visit their website, which is santaclaritashelter.com, to find out what they need to help with this expansion. They also need things like blankets, clean towels, things that you could pick up on your next trip to Walmart to donate to them. The organization that I mentioned earlier, Family Promises of Santa Clarita Valley, is part of a national organization, and it's really an impressive group, and I'm so proud that we've got this going here. I just want to read to you their mission statement, which is they're a nonprofit, non-denominational organization for families in transition committed to helping low-income families nationwide achieve lasting independence. This is a national organization, and what it is congregations, synagogues, churches, and a community who come together and agree to house families for a week at a time to help get them back on their feet, to provide the services, the food, the shelter that they need during that time. And if you'd like more information about them, please visit familypromisescv.org. They are hoping to be up and running by February of next year. They're looking for more congregations to come on board, and this is a place where we really, what can I do to help? There's a lot we can do to help, so I hope you will join me in helping make that happen. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Laurie. Appreciate that.